The movie opens up with Kim Possible and her sidekick Ron fighting with a big ninja. Just then Shigo appears on a jet and gets a hold of Mr. Nakasumi, a genius toy maker. Kim jumps towards the jet and holds on to Mr. Nakasumi. She then calls out to Ron and asks for his help. Ron tries to activate his rocket skates but realizes that he forgot to put them on that morning. He accidentally activates his blaster belt and blasts towards the sky. Meanwhile, Kim gets a call from Wade, whom she informs that the toy maker was right about his suspicions of being in danger. Just then, Ron crashes into Kim and manages to release Mr. Nakasumi and her from the jet's hold. Kim uses her rope and lands the three of them safely. With another mission successfully completed, Kim and Ron are escorted home by Mr. Nakasumi while she works on homework. She finds that Ron was experimenting with Nakasumi's toys. Soon the two of them are dropped back home. At the same time, Kim's father, Dr. Possible, accidentally deleted an important file. He tries to recover it, but fails to do so. He assures his wife that he knows all the content in his head. Then Kim gets home and tells her parents about her adventures the previous night. On the other end, Shigo gets back to Dr. Draken's lair. Dr. Draken shows Shigo all of the projects he had been working on to help him with his evil plans. He then shows her a room that he calls a teenage wasteland. He reveals to her that he plans on uncovering everything about Kim Possible by studying the teenage wasteland. During this, Kim goes to practice with her cheerleading squad. All of a sudden, a loud ringtone goes off and Bonnie leaves practice to answer it. She talks to her boyfriend, and when Kim interrupts her, she reminds Kim that she's the only one left on the squad without a boyfriend. Kim tries to brush off her comments, but Bonnie tells her that their prom is close and no one is going without a date. After school, Kim meets with her friend Monique and complains that she thinks she's freaking out all the men. She tells her that she does not want to go to prom with a friend. Before she can complain anymore, Wade calls Kim and tells her that Dr. Draken has been spotted at a club called the Bermuda Triangle. Kim, Ron, and their mole rat Rufus go undercover to the club. They crawl through a vent, and Kim uses a laser lipstick to cut a hole in the vent. She jumps into the ladies' room while Ron moves forward. Just then, their flashlight dies and Ron is unable to see what he is cutting with the lipstick. He falls down into a room and pretends to be a part of a poker game. Meanwhile, Dr. Draken goes to talk to a man called Big Daddy. When Big Daddy asks for the password and Dr. Draken does not have it, he's thrown out. Shigo gives him the password and helps Dr. Draken get through to Big Daddy. He then asks Big Daddy for the information that he had come for. Big Daddy shows him a piece of paper and tells him to place the money on the table first. After some back and forth, they finally exchange the paper and money. When he opens the piece of paper, Dr. Draken finds it to be empty. Frustrated, he asks Big Daddy where he can find the Cybertronic technology that he has been looking for. Big Daddy reveals that only one person in the world has managed to crack the code for the technology, and that person is Dr. Possible. The scene cuts to Kim, who enters the main club. She calls Wade for information just when Shigo attacks. The two of them engage in a heated fight when Ron pretends to be the prodigy poker player. He messes up the game and is cornered by the other players when Kim and Shigo come crashing into the ground. This gives Ron a chance to escape. As Shigo and Kim continue fighting, Kim asks her what Dr. Draken's plans are. Before Shigo can reply, Dr. Draken shows up with his helicopter, and the two of them escape. The next morning in school, Kim feels down when she notices that everyone has a boyfriend. Ron tries to cheer her up, and she tells him that she only wants to go home. Back at home, she tries to talk to her father about boys and dating, but he hands over the conversation to her mother, who is performing surgery. Her mother doesn't seem to understand her issue and brushes it off. In the morning, Kim walks to school with Monique and tells her that she does not mind going to prom with Ron. Ron, who's been driving his scooter to the school, is about to park when someone on a bike takes his spot. He calls out to the boy, who quickly apologizes. The two of them immediately become friends and he introduces himself as Eric. Ron then shows him around the school. As they enter the cafeteria, Eric notices Kim and asks Ron about her. He approaches Kim, who also finds him attractive, and the two of them hit it off. They begin going on dates while Ron feels left out. One night, Kim invites Eric and Ron over for dinner. Her mother calls Dr. Possible and reminds him that it is almost dinner time. Dr. Possible, who had been working on the last part of the code, tells his wife that he will be home soon. However, as soon as he is done, the big ninja shows up along with Dr. Draken and takes him hostage. At home, everyone eats dinner when Ron gets offended by Kim not paying him any attention and leaves. Sometime later, he gets a call from Kim who tells him that Dr. Draken has captured her father. Meanwhile, at Dr. Draken's secret lair, Dr. Possible tells him that he will not reveal the code to him. He then deletes the files and tells Dr. Draken that he has all the information in his head. At the same time, Kim and Ron arrive at his secret lair and walk through the hallway when the floor opens up and they fall inside. Dr. Draken activates all of his evil machines to take down Kim. While her father hangs over a killer octopus, Ron and Kim start fighting off his evil minions when Ron gets caught by the octopus. When he manages to get free, he notices that Kim's father's being drowned by the octopus. He calls out to Kim and the two of them manage to free her father. However, they discover that his memory is blurry. A few days later, Kim and Monique try on dresses with Ron for prom. When Eric shows up at the mall, he takes Kim along with him, leaving Ron alone once again. At the secret lair, Shigo tries to figure out what Dr. Draken's plan is. He refuses to tell her what his plan is so he can surprise Kim and take her down. He then activates part of his evil plan by introducing a new toy called Diablo, a design that he had stolen from Mr. Nakasumi. All the children rush to buy the toy, even Ron. Ron claims that he's losing everything that he has ever cared about. When Kim hears him say that, she decides to talk to him and goes to their treehouse. She tries to assure him that Eric being there does not change anything between them. Just then, they're interrupted by Eric. Eric tells Kim that he wants to take Kim to the prom. On the night of the prom, Ron talks to Rufus and tells him that there is something fishy about Eric. The scene cuts to Kim, who's picked up by Eric. Dr. Possible takes their pictures and asks Eric where his parents are, and he tells them that his father is away on business while the two of them dance at the prom. Ron finds out that the Diablo toys are evil. He goes to prom to warn Kim about it. When Eric, who was with Kim, hears about the Diablo toys, he begins laughing. However, Kim trusts him and calls Wade to confirm Ron's theory. Wade tells her that the toys are evil mini-robots created by Dr. Draken. Kim decides to take the toy to her father. Dr. Possible studies the toys and quickly discovers that Dr. Draken has used his technology to create these robots. He assures the two of them that the robots are useless unless their command signal is activated. Back at the secret lair, Dr. Draken asks Shigo to find Eric and activates the command signal. The signal causes all of the Diablo toys to turn into giants that begin wreaking havoc. Kim talks to Wade, who's being attacked by the robots as well. He tells Kim they need to destroy the command signal to stop them. Seeing his daughter in trouble, Dr. Possible makes Ron's scooter into a rocket. Kim and Ron use it to locate the command signal. They manage to destroy it, causing all the Diablo toys to return back to their normal size. This is when they get a call from Dr. Draken, who tells her that he has Eric and will only give him back if Kim surrenders. She refuses to back down and makes her way to the secret lair with Ron. They are attacked by the big ninja, but Ron uses knockout gas to take him down. Suddenly, Kim is attacked by Shigo. The two of them get into a furious battle, but Kim takes her down. This is when Eric shows up and reveals that he is a robot created by Dr. Draken. He knocks Kim and Ron out and ties them up. When they regain consciousness, Kim asks Rufus to use the laser lipstick to free them. Meanwhile, Dr. Draken activates the evil Diablo toys again and continues his evil plan. Kim appears in the control room and takes down Dr. Draken. She uses the gun that Wade had made for her to shut down the command signal again. Kim and Ron successfully taking down Dr. Draken. She goes back to prom, but with Ron, and the two of them finally share a kiss. The end. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.